everyone, especially if you're into guitar music, practicing, and so on. Today's live session is about something called stack practicing, and it's about an efficient way to practice many skills that you need to hone and improve as a guitarist, musician. And it's basically based on three elements. The first element is knowledge of the fretboard and music theory. The second is technical skills that you want to improve. And the third one is creativity. So when you work on all these three elements together, you save a lot of time. Instead of just doing one at a time, you're progressing 3 times as fast, if that makes sense. And before we're going to start, what I like to do, if consider this as a practice session, I like to warm up and stretch. So there's a video of me showing 3 seconds of these kind of stretching exercises that you can do before starting. I think it's really important to do it before and after every practicing session, because you need to take care of your body, of your physical instrument, your fingers and hands. Make sure they're warm. And after that, there are 3 warm-up exercises that I recommend doing, which cover, again, all these 3 elements in the stack practicing. And the first one is exercise for the right hand. The second is exercise for the left hand, and then exercises for both hands, coordination. And yeah, let's begin. So this is for you if you're playing with a plectrum, a pick, or without. I'll show you both ways. Starting with the right hand. So the right hand is in charge of many things. Actually, we tend to think a lot about the left hand, or let's say fretboard hand, but the picking hand has many tasks that are important to maintain and improve. So here's one that improves and also maintain. And this is a string or finger twister. The idea is to play the B string and the high E string. And first of all, make sure you can do that right on the basic level in a very consistent way. And then what we want to do is flip the fingering and the whole pattern. So we play index on the B string and then middle on the high E, or with the plectrum down on the B and then high on the E. Or another option is to play down with the thumb and up with the index. It's all about alternating fingers or alternating directions with your pick. For now, I'm going to demonstrate with index and middle. So let's say you're going to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you stopped the 4, you switch fingers on the same string, meaning you play B, E, B, E, and then E, right? Because we always have to alternate. If you want to make our life easy and make precise music in terms of rhythm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the opposite, index on the high E, and then the middle finger will play the B. So we completed 4 and 4, and then we start again, and you finished on the middle finger on the B string, and then you start again with index on the B string. And then you increase the tempo gradually. I'm just going to show you with the other fingers. So let's say, this is more for classical, although you can use it for any guitar. I use classical techniques on electric, it doesn't matter. You can use your thumb and index, right? Which is more, let's say, blues country, fingerstyle, acoustic guitar. Thumb, index, and opposite. I'm just going to show you also with a pick. Okay, so down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's just talk about this again with the pick. So down on B, up on E again, and then down on E, up on B. So you flip directions. Okay, so we've worked on technical skills, which again to do with the right hand ability to play different things that are more complex. And let's talk about two things that we can add: the knowledge of the fretboard and creativity. So, this is a good exercise. The next level again is to add more things. So basically things you can do with your fretting hand. So let's say I'm going to play on the 12th, and then I'm going to change a note, right? First of all, in terms of knowing where I am, okay, I'm playing B and E, right? Same strings, 12th fret. And let's say I want to create a riff, high riff on the high end of the guitar, and then change a note. So let's say this is E minor. I can have an F sharp in that scale and can play with that note. Right, you can have like two patterns on these two and then the same on these two. Or you can switch in between in different ways, right? This is a way you can start to think creatively. Yes, I can do. It sounds great, but how about, it becomes much more challenging technically, creatively, when you break the pattern. It's so, because this is something new, I need to practice. I haven't played this, never. So I'm going to decide that I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then switch. So instead of 4, 4, I'm going to do 5 and 3. I probably played it a little bit too fast, too soon. But again, this is how you start to think creatively. So creative thinking, one way to look at it is break the pattern. Know the pattern, break it. So this could be a pattern, right? And to make it a little bit more interesting, more creative, I just need to break it by twisting it, bending it in some kind of way. So this is less predictable, that kind of rhythm. It's not as predictable. So we worked on the right hand. Let's move on to the left hand. So for the left hand, something that everyone needs to do is hammerings and pull-offs, and to strengthen all the muscles. So you have all the combinations. I'm just going to run through them quickly. So we have index and open string, middle finger and open string, hammerings and pull-offs, right? Ring finger and a little finger. And then you have the combinations of index and middle, index and ring, index and little finger, middle and ring, middle and little finger, and last one is ring and little finger. So this is our weakest finger, the pinky, the little finger, and we need to practice it more. Now this is good, very, very important exercise, but it can be boring. So again, this is very technical. And then we can apply again the knowledge and the creativity to think about how can I make it more interesting. And a good example that I love to take is right, something in the style of AC/DC riff. So you take one string and play open. Actually, I'm not going to exactly copy. I'm going to take the principle behind it. So the whole principle is using these 4 fingers, hammerings and pull-offs, in a more musical way. So I'm just going to try some stuff. Okay, so I'm practicing the technical legato style while trying to create something more interesting and having more fun, basically. The knowledge I applied is something, let's say I wanted to work on a specific scale. So this is the dominant Phrygian, basically from the B string, open first, 4, 5, 7, 8, and so on. I'm just giving it as an example. You can take any scale you want. Let's make it more simple, like B minor. So B minor, we have B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, and B. And again, the idea is to create a riff based on it using legato. Hopefully that makes sense. That's it for the left hand. And then we need to work on the coordination of both hands, the right hand, the left hand, the picking and the fretting hand. And by the way, there are more options for the left hand, but maybe for next time. So one thing that I like to do is to kind of separate the two hands, so each will be doing a different thing. And sticking to the same string, playing a very simple rhythm, just quavers, right? Or quarters, playing them again and again and again without, if you can do that while speaking, then it means it's automated and you can do something else with your left hand. So what I want to do is, again, take a scale. Let's maybe take the same one, the B minor, natural, and just play up and down and randomly. Actually, let's do it slower. Always start slow. So the trick is to keep it going, no matter what. The right hand is just giving you the engine that runs and runs, and your fretting hand needs to have fun and explore new ways of connecting these notes. You can repeat the same notes more than once to give yourself some time to think. So that's, again, a really good way to work on the coordination. Knowledge, if you want to work on a scale that you're not sure exactly, you're not fluent enough with. And yeah, the next technical challenge is to increase the tempo. Always start slow and increase the tempo gradually. And so on, right? And then after one string, you do more and more strings. That's basically it. So again, the idea of working in a few skills at the same time will save a lot of time. So again, think about how you can find something technical you want to challenge yourself with, connect with a theoretical idea related to the fretboard, for example, intervals, triads, anything you want to work on scales. And the third one is how to make it more creative. Many guitarists, unfortunately, focus on the first two, knowledge and technical, and think, oh, maybe at one point I'm going to create something, but actually you're missing a lot. And you're delaying your progress by not thinking, how can I make this more creative? What can I do with it? And if you're not sure how to do it, this is exactly what I do. I help guitarists become more creative and expressive, starting with these exercises and more. So if you are interested in learning what I can help you with, I can invite you to a chat where you can talk about it. So just send me a message, comment below, and let me know if you feel you need help with the exercise, with the creative side, or anything else. And last thing, I just released an album, guitar album, solo guitar, where I play on this guitar, my favorite, a whole album with just just one guitar. No edits, no overdubs. Everything is played live. So I will post a link to the comment if you are interested in listening to it. It would be great to know what you think. And I plan to do these live sessions every week. So if you find this valuable, let me know first of all. And second, subscribe. And hopefully I will see you in the next live session.